Hi guys, Flying Pig Games here. We are back in DCS World with the Huey. Now we are taking on one of the missions that came with the Huey today. Let me show you what we're going to do. So, we are here in the village of Elbrus. We've got a small camp sort of thing here. Now there was a training mission going on with some American and Russian troops up here on this mountain. They needed evacuation. Now the Russians tried to do that with an Mi-8, which unfortunately crashed. I believe that's the wreckage of it there. Now that crashed there. The crew survived but were injured. So now we are the only other available helicopter in our Huey. So we're going to go and try to rescue them. Now the plan is these guys here in the saddle are injured. We're going to pick them up first, take them back down here, and then we'll go back for the guys on the peak and try and bring them back as well. So the other problem we've got is, as you can see on our warning panel, if I zoom in on it, we have only 20 minutes of fuel remaining. So we've got to be a bit quick about this. Right, let's get out of here. Now we do have a homing beacon we can use to find these guys if we need it. However, I have no idea how to use the thing. I've tried this mission once. I tuned the homing beacon and it just beeps annoyingly. I have no idea what it's telling me. So it is indeed. So we are going to be doing this from my knowledge of where they are, because I have done this mission once before to make sure it's possible. Now I didn't complete it successfully, but I'm confident if I can not hit the side of the mountain through that cloud that I can do this. Probably not. The weather is horrid up here. That's going to be our big problem right now. So that saddle is at about 10,000 feet, maybe just below. Now we are going to have problems getting off there. So we shall see what happens. Now notice I'm already trying to climb quite significantly. That's because we need the altitude really to get up there to clear the terrain on the way up. This cloud is gonna kill us. I have no idea where the side of the valley is here, because we are in a valley. I don't even know which direction the helicopter's facing really. Right now I'm just trying to keep going forwards and climb. That looks like a valley wall ahead. I'm hoping if I can climb enough we can get out of this weather system and get above it. Ooh. The turbulence is pretty bad. Okay, I can see again. That's kind of useful. No, not back into it. Do not go back into it. We went back into it. Okay, let's aim for that gap in the... Oh, well, okay, it just disappeared. That works. Now, you see that mountain over there? That's where we're trying to go. so let's be a bit gentler on the controls, shall we? For one. Now we are going to have problems up there at the higher altitude, and when we pick the people we're rescuing up, because of weight and such, we're gonna that's one of the crew of the MI8 is talking about there. So we're going to struggle to lift off once we've picked up the casualties because of the extra weight and high altitude. So that's going to be fun. Now I believe in the movie Everest they had a helicopter trying to make a rescue from high altitude, and yeah, that was fun to watch. They had quite a novel way of doing it. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it like that, but we shall see. Now, as I say, we're trying to climb to about 10,000 feet, or we might need to be a little bit higher to clear terrain to get to it. But at this point I am focused almost completely on flying. On climbing, sorry. It would be nice to be flying quickly, but right now we need to go up. If you can hear my computer sounding like it's melting, apologies. That's because I'm running this on super high graphics and trying to render the other DCS video that you've already seen in the background. So yeah, it's doing a lot of work today, but it's doing fine. It's only ever so slightly warm. That's why you have fans. Oh, we are descending. Why are we descending? Come on, go up. Now, as you see, we've got one peak there, one peak there. The saddle is in between the two. That's where we're going. If we can ever climb. That sun is going to be problematic. Okay, now you can see the orange smoke. Is that the orange smoke? No, it's not. You can't see it. Shush, I know what I'm talking about. Come on, turn. Face the way I want you to face. That sun is really causing me problems right about now. In fact, it might be higher than 10,000. I was wrong. Yeah, it's very higher than 10,000. That's probably about 12, 13 up there. Because we are coming up on 10.5 now. And we really need to keep climbing. Nope. Come on, turn. Please turn. Please face the right way. Now I'm guessing this is the high altitude causing me control problems now and problems climbing. Might also be the fact that it's a helicopter, but you know. In fact, you can see the orange smoke there. I didn't see the flare they were talking about, but you know, I know where they are, so right now I'm having real problems climbing and maintaining enough RPM here. That's what that orange light that keeps coming on is. Because every time I try and put collective on to climb, the RPM drops, and that's bad. That could cause the engine to die on us. Yep, you see that light came on again. Right, we're up high enough now. Okay, so it's about 12.5 where we land by the looks. Ooh, come on, come on. Make it. Yep, now we need to lose some speed so we can touch down. I'm going to try and bring it around, just don't descend too quickly though, otherwise we'll get into our own turbulence and that ends badly. Mind the slope on that side. I'm assuming they're expecting me to land on the smoke they've got out there. Urgh. Let's try that again. Hi guys, Flying Pig Games here. We are back in DCS World in the Huey. The situation in this mission is that we are here. We've got some American and Russian troops that were on a training exercise up here on these mountains. Now, they needed a rescue. An Mi-8, which is this here, went in to try and rescue them, but crashed into the side of the mountain. Now, the crew of that survived, but are severely injured, so we need to try and rescue all of the people up there. Now the injured people have been moved into the saddle between these two hills to give them some protection from the elements. The rest are still on the peak, so we're going to go in and try and pick up this group first and then go back for these guys. We do have a homing beacon to try and help us find them. However, I don't know how it works, it just beeps at me annoyingly, so we won't be using that. I do however know where they are. Our other problem is, because we're the only aircraft around that can go up there, we've got to go up there with only 20 minutes fuel remaining, which is what that warning light is, and I believe is also what that light is trying to inform us. So let's see. Now we've got to get to about 12,000 feet to get up there. 12,500 actually is the altitude we need to land at. We are currently at we're 0. Okay, it's 0 at where we were. Fair enough. Yep. Now we use lots of collective to try and help us get up there. Careful we don't use too much though, because then we'll get RPM problems, possibly kill the engine and us. I'm running at about as much as I dare right now. Now, as you'll notice, we're currently climbing at about 250 feet per minute. 200, make that. I'm trying to keep some forward speed going as well as climbing, because we do want to actually get there at some point. Now, as you notice, we're flying through these clouds and hoping there isn't a mountain on the other side, which there probably will be. But hopefully we can climb above them before too long. This is scary, I cannot see. Okay, we're still in the valley, that's fine. I'd really like to climb out of it so it's not as risky going through these clouds, but for right now this will do. Now I believe they did do something similar to this sort of rescue in the movie Everest, which I watched recently. However, they had a slightly different approach to it, and they were going a lot higher in a different helicopter. Now, for us, the main problem is going to be the extra weight we take on when we pick up people. For them, the problem was more the altitude, but it has the same effect that once we pick people up, we're going to struggle to lift off again. So, we're going to have to see what happens. Now, I do know where these guys are because I have played this mission once before just to make sure I knew what was going on. Well, when I say I've played it once before, when you see the outtakes reel, you'll realise it's not once, but you get the idea. But yeah, we're trying to get up there now. I know where they are, but we shall see. When I've not yet completed this successfully, I always crash for some reason, but now I know what's going on. I reckon we can do it this time through. Though I said that on all previous attempts. That's one of the MI8 crew they're talking about. Now, this is one of the summits here that we're flying up to, so that's why I'm aiming for that. Now the saddle is just on the other side of that, which is where our first pickup is going to take place. We are going to fly round to the right of that summit, I believe, to get to the saddle. That's my current plan. Okay, we're just passing 6,000 feet. Yep, keep her going up. As I say, we need about 12.5 for where we're landing. Now the trouble is, once we get close, the ground starts to slope up rapidly, which means we have to increase our climb rate, and that becomes difficult, to say the least, especially at high altitude. Coming down shouldn't be as hard because obviously we're descending. Just the main problem we're going to have is once we take the extra weight on, lifting up enough to get ourselves clear of the ground so that we can actually begin flying. Now I was trying to use track IR for this, but turns out my key I've got bound to pause track IR is also the same key which is bound to recording. Yeah, that was a dumb mistake. So I shall sort that out before I do any more videos of this, probably, if I remember. Come on, keep climbing. Just keep climbing, just keep climbing. I can feel it struggling. The controls are really getting quite vague. Let's give a bit of rudder. Our sun's going. Ooh, we're getting low RPM warning. That's terrible. That sun's really going to cause problems. No, don't turn too sharply, that'll be bad. Yeah, we need to turn quite sharp. Okay, you see the dip between the two hills, that's where we're going. We are coming upon 11,500 now. We still need more to get up there. We'll probably need more than 12.5 though to clear the terrain before the mountain. Now also bear in mind that the altimeter was zeroed at the takeoff site, which was 1,800 above sea level to start with, so in fact we are going to near 13,500 where we land. just so as you know it's even higher than that. Right, altitude is now good. We need to focus on landing now. Ooh, don't descend too quickly. Right, that's been the death of me on the last couple of attempts. I've got up here and then descended into the landing too quick. Come on, turn you bugger. Yeah, there we go, we're losing height there. That's really not good. Come on, please. Don't want to pick up too much forward speed, this is the issue. But I need to get down there. Come on. This is a very tricky landing. I've got very little external reference to try and hover. No. There we go, we're down. Oh, but we're not close enough to trigger it. Well, we can solve that. Come on. Just swing round and move forward, please. Because of course, saying please lots makes the helicopter cooperate. We all know this to be true. Is this good enough for you? No. Let's just keep it moving this way. There we go, that's good. Basically all I was doing there was dragging the skids across the ground, which is a terrible idea, but you know. Right, now we are going to be extremely heavy in a minute, so we are going to need that, which basically is an emergency system. No, let's not put it on yet, but it's an emergency system to increase or to force the RPM to increase. Now the reason for that is basically so that we can run at higher collective to lift off without getting low RPM problems. So come on, lift. See, she's really struggling to lift her. Ooh, come on. Okay, now that's the difficult part done for now, the takeoff. Okay. Alright. Yep, he's turned the governor off for me. So now we just follow the descent of the hill down, which is fairly easy. Now we've got the speed. Now we're up and we've got the speed. It's not too difficult to control our descent down. So hold on, we're flying these guys back, right? Or are we going for? What? Bad things. I pressed the wrong view button. It's all fine. I've got control. But I don't know where I'm facing now. Right, now let's see if we can get up there and pick the next lot of guys up without having to go back. Probably not. No, we gotta get this guy down. Right, let's just see which way are we going. Now we need to turn more that way. Flying this heavily loaded is very different to flying it when we had no one on board. Now the tricky bit is I've got to find our landing site again. Okay, pretty much the way we're going. We're actually flying pretty quick now. The weight seems to have helped us gain some speed, which is always a good thing. Now, things are going to get better as we descend. We are going to be more, or the blades are going to have more air to bite on for a start, which means they're going to be more effective and make flying easier. See, we're barely descending. In fact, now we're maintaining altitude and slightly climbing again. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, I'm doing my best. Right. And then we just have to drop down into this valley and follow it, I believe. I hope this is the right one. But we are definitely still going the right direction. So that's all fine. Descending back down through, well, about to go through 5,000 now. That's good. Speed is pegged up at is that 140? Is that? Yep. That's good. About the best we can hope for. Crap, we're going down the wrong way. We need to be over there, but right now that's not gonna work. We just gotta get down. Right, hopefully when we get to the other side of this big lump of mountain on our right, we can swing round the back of it. That's my plan. We have lost a bit of speed, more than I would like, but we're getting it back again. No, we have no ability to swing round it, do we? Quick check of the map, we are really in the wrong place now. Ooh, that's bad, low RPM warning. Yeah, we need to, well, I suppose we can follow the river actually. Yeah, so if we follow this valley, as long as we follow the river quickly, we should be fine. We're now down below 3,000. That's always a good thing. Losing altitude when you're trying to land is always good. most of the time. Yeah, most of the time it's always good. That makes total sense, brain. Damn. Is it going to let us keep flying? It is. Well, we can still save the rest of them. That's because we came down the wrong way that happened. We lost too much time coming down this way. Can't see. Ooh, we're banked quite heavily. Ooh. Yeah, you see, it's constantly wanting to bank to the left. I don't know why. Which way, which way, which way? Don't know, don't know, don't know. That looks like it's taking us back up going that way, so let's pull around and go this way. Maybe. I have no idea. You know what? We're going to call it a day and just find somewhere to land down there. There's a road. The guys can come and pick them up from the road in vehicles. That's the plan. That's a river, not a road. They can use boats. That's power lines. Turn away from the power lines. That is a road over there on the mountainside though. Let's just lose some speed. And preferably some altitude, not that quickly. Come on, just let us go that way. Thank you. There are more power lines, that's really not good, but let's try and touch down before them. Not touch down, not touch up. Touching down requires us to go down. Alright, you know what? Let's be safe and land on the other side of the power lines at this point, because we are going to end up hitting them at this rate. Yep, we just hit the power lines. Well, let's just call it quits there, because that's probably the best we're going to manage. Thanks for watching. See you next